Welcome to this week's episode of Your Stock Request for the 23rd of August. Hi, I'm Michael Gable, Managing Director of Fairmont Equities. Your Stock Request is a weekly video where I take your requests and analyse the share price charts for you. So this week we have A2 Milk, Iluka, 4DS, Dulux and FLC. So if you have a request, send in your email and I'll try to look at it next week for you. Also, just bear in mind, any advice here is general only, and please do the right thing and share this video on social media. So starting off with A2 Milk. So this is the weekly chart going back a few years. You could see that longer term, the stock is still in an uptrend despite this weakness here from the last 5 or 6 months. As we move to a daily chart, you'll see that this weakness is generally contained within just a couple of days price action here. So we'll zoom in a bit. So it's come back, looks like it's formed a higher low, but the confirmation that this is now a trade again is yesterday's move. So as we could see, if we draw a bit of a trend line here, we could see that we've had a gap up and the volume's been pretty good as well. So I think as long as it stays above this $10 region, we should see further upside for A2 Milk, and it should go on to trade to a new high. Okay, Iluka. If we have a look at a weekly chart, it was sort of interesting here where we had a previous peak in 2013 and the shares hit that level and were sort of hanging in there, even forming a bit of a double bottom. So for a period of time it looked okay. It looked like it was getting ready to make a breakout, but unfortunately, breakouts can go either way, and in this case it's broken to the downside. So obviously there was some support here. We've had a break. I think at best it might head sideways for the time being. The positive note is if I go back to the weekly chart and measure this rally here, you'll see it's come all the way back to the 38.2% retracement, and moving out to a daily chart. You could see that there's previously been a lot of, there's been a few turning points around this sort of 950 level. So should be some support here. We need to see it hold that before we can get confident that it's not going to go any lower. Okay, the next one, 4DS. This is a daily chart, fantastic move up just in the last month, and you can see the volume matching it. So big moves matched by big volume, any pullbacks on lower volume. It's the sort of thing you want to see. So it should head higher. I don't really have much to add. I don't see any danger signs. I know it came back a bit there yesterday, but it was on lower volume. So yeah, not much more to go off except that for now it looks good. We're probably in a third wave. So we've had sort of the first wave up and the third wave is often the most powerful. So we could see a fairly decent upside here still. I guess, buy it on any dips if you're into that company. The next one is Dulux. So on the weekly chart here, it's very obvious that there's been some price rejection twice already from above $8, which is a concern. But what it looks like we're seeing is a triangle forming. We've seen some pretty good price rejection here on this weekly chart. You could see price rejection of the 750 level, despite previous price rejection of the $8 level. So it's tightening up this range. We need to see a breakout first. It could break to the downside. You just need to wait and see. If we see a nice close above $8 for the week, that's a positive, and that would tell me that Dulux would have much further upside. And finally, Fluence Corporation, FLC. Best to go to a daily chart here. So as you can see, it's been one of those small stocks that's been sliding. It's had a decent move in the last couple of weeks. Looks like there's been a bit of a breakout here. So a bit of volume came in, broke higher, but a lot of price rejection there a couple of days ago. It's come back to retest that, which at first glance is good. Maybe that's a buying opportunity, but I'm just concerned of this price rejection, and also the volume has really picked up on the way down here. So that's telling me that as soon as this thing gets going, the sellers come in and the traders sell the strength. So I think this needs to use more time up. At the moment, it looks like it's not going anywhere. There's just too much selling. All right, well, that's it for this week. Remember to send me your request for next week, and we'll try to cover it.